You can now support Dubious Consumption on Patreon.
Did most of the makeup going back to the original Hellraiser.
And he wrote the worst Hellraiser movie,
Which was the last one.
Hellraiser Revelations. Yeah. So, I can't remember his name. I have it in my script for the Clive Barker one, but it's Paul something. But anyway, he wrote the last one. He did not like what they did with it and said, "Fuck it, let me make my own."
The Hellraiser Judgment.
Yes.
Did they bring back the guy who played Pennywise?
No.
Pinhead, no, but the guy actually looks really good. Like, that's kind of the weird thing. Okay, ready?
Wait.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Gary J. Tunnicliffe.
That's it, Tincliffe. That's
I
the.
wouldn't even know the difference if I haven't watched those in a while. So.
And
Interesting.
here we go. Dimension.
Also,
Films.
this was shot in Oklahoma.
Yes, I missed my chance to be a
Cinnabite.
or be a
Oh,
just an
there
extra.
it is.
Yes.
Looks good. Well, but
They're doing interesting things.
Oklahoma must be a nice filming location.
Yeah, there was tons of stuff filming just right down the road from me, and
there he is.
the man.
I mean, but that's the thing. The guy who did the makeup was doing the movie.
That's
Oh, that looks good.
okay.
Let's just dive in,
That star makeup is awesome.
What we're investigating
So it's a cop
is
drama.
very dark.
Well,
Curious. Let me see.
definitely low budget.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
It's him.
Is it a straight to video?
What on earth is this?
Yes. It
Straight to
comes
the
out.
yeah.
Yeah, it comes out
It isn't.
February. But
So they're getting Saw-ish vibes.
I was thinking more Silent Hill.
Silent
Yeah.
Hill, that big old fat thing with the baby looking face. That's
Yeah.
like from Silent Hill 4.
I just been a little bit like this.
Yeah, the lo-fi. Yeah, there was chatter of.
I mean, it looks like the Cenobite stuff's gonna be cool.
There's hell to pay.
That's cheesy.
Of course.
I think Rob Zombie gonna see somebody.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Look for it on Blu-ray DVD. And it doesn't actually say the release date, but I believe it's February 16th.
18th, I think is what I saw. But,
Okay, so
but it's all. It's
in
gonna
about
be
a month
on
it's going to
VOD.
be out. So what do you guys think?
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm more interested than the one where it looked like he's just in the box. Whole movie.
Yeah, that was Revelations.
Yeah.
I mean, Revelations was interesting because they tried to blend. I mean, in theory, it's interesting because they tried to blend a new origin story with found footage movie with a family drama.
I mean, it sounds like too much.
Yeah.
But I will say, also the Pinhead makeup looks way better than it looked in Revelations.
Yeah. So, what about you, Skylar?
It looks interesting, and to be honest, I've never watched the Hellraiser movie.
Oh, dude.
I remember seeing one of them as a kid, and all I remember is, besides Pinhead, one of the disfigured people looked like they had a bunch of CDs stuck in their head or saw blades.
That's
That's so long ago.
it's Hellraiser 3 Judgment. You're right because
Which is the one that they directly joke about in Cabin in the Woods. Because he's got the saw blades through his
Yeah.
That's what it is? Okay.
yeah, because in Cabin in the Woods it was Fornicus, Lord of Bondage and Pain,
Yeah.
which I love. I want a Fornicus movie, like not even.
Come
joking.
on, Joss Whedon.
Yeah, Fornicus, Lord of Bondage and Pain. Yes, but yeah, that's Hellraiser 3. That's the one where Pinhead separates from his human counterpart and just becomes a full-on demon, attacks Earth, and creates Costco Cenobites.
Except this isn't this is not the one that's the Ellen Smithy, right?
No. That's,
That's
4.
4, yeah.
Yeah, that's Bloodlines, where we get a very young Adam Scott.
Yeah. Which you've expressed your opinions on this channel.
Not even joking.
About
No,
how much
we're not
Adam
gonna
Scott-
we're not gonna get into that.
But so like, as far as like a low budget horror movie, it looks more interesting than a lot of low budget horror movies
Looks good.
because it looks like they put all the money in the makeup and the monsters.
Right.
Which I mean, that can save a lot of bad horror movies. I mean,
I know I don't have a lot to say on it. I mean, it looks cool, but in my mind, it'd be really cool to watch or play like Bloodborne 2, where you fight a bunch of Cenobites as enemies. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's all I can say about it right
You're a horrible person.
now.
but also I think it's interesting that now it's like over his heart the makeup is,
Right.
as opposed to like the more bondage kind of. It seems less sexual from the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem that even Silent Hill had, is that Silent Hill 2 came out, and it was all about his, like...
Besides his mental stability, it was his crumbling marriage and some stuff that...
Yeah, it was all a reflection of the sins he had committed. Like, everybody was a projection. Like, the other people don't see the monsters that he sees.
Which is, that always threw me for a twist, because Silent Hill's an evil place full of monsters, but he's got mental issues where he's seeing stuff, but no one's seeing those kind of monsters. So there's like this whole other level of like messed up weirdness that always fascinated me about Silent Hill 2.
The problem is that the lesson that they learned from Silent Hill 2 was Pyramid Head. He's cool. Let's do more of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's one of those that...
I'm still a Silent Hill 3 guy.
Yeah, but it looks like...
One of those giant swords that came.
Yes, but he just kind of became the poster boy. It doesn't matter what is... Pyramid Head was a very specific thing to James in Silent Hill 2.
And it just became the representation of Silent Hill in pop culture.
Yeah, and so same thing kind of happened with Hellraiser, is that Pinhead became... He was the stinger at the end of the movies. Like after 4. It became a cop drama where they were stuck in hell, and Pinhead would show up in the last 5 minutes and deliver a monologue, and that was it. In 8, he doesn't even kill all the people. It's the people hallucinating while they're being buried alive, thinking that he killed them. And then he shows up at the very end to kill Lance Henriksen.
It totally doesn't make any sense.
It's weird. It's
like
weird.
The whole point of the box and the whole point of the Cenobites is the pleasure and the pain.
Right, and that has nothing to do with it.
But it's like, why cut that out? That's the most interesting part of Hellraiser.
Yeah,
it's what makes the first movie like such a great like inversion of a family drama.
Right.
You know, it could, if it was a normal British show, it would just be, or if it was just like a dark British drama, it would just be incest and weirdness and really kind of freaky, but then because of all the limerence transformation and the Cenobites, it turns it into this like outer representation of like the kind of dark, perverted, like this is the stuff we try to keep hidden in our family.
It brought BDSM to light.
Yeah.
It made it a major cultural
Well,
event.
no, I feel like it was starting to become a cultural thing. It just became even more so.
Right. It was the poster boy for that.
Yeah.
And that
all the black leather and
all the bondage. My favorite little thing is from watching the documentary Leviathan is that I can't remember who it was. It may have been Butterball, but the guy's mask shrunk after they made it, and so it ended up pulling on the back. And so what they did was just lather it down with blood effects. So it was meant to be closed and have 2 hooks there, but this thing actually split.
So it looks like the fucked up.
Yeah, it looks like the hooks are pulling his skull.
That's pretty awesome.
Forward, and they just covered it with blood to mask the fact that they just fucked up the mask.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that adds to the lore.
Yeah, but
which is
a mistake that adds to the lore.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
Well, it's like, and even like the second movie becomes, more about how we treat mentally ill people in a way.
Right.
With, like institutionalizing people, like when the institution becomes also a playpen for the sadomasochists, which is, kind of taps into the Marquis de Sade with whole libertine, kind of culture.
Right.
So I think in a way, like, Hellraiser really is like the modern version of what Marquis de Sade should. If you were going to modernize Marquis de Sade, you should make a Hellraiser style movie, because you're taking everything that's off limits and you're using it to tell a story. You're using perversion to symbolize something that happens in the real world.
Would you use children or adults?
Well, it would be adults. I don't think you could.
You don't want to make Alex Salo.
Well, it's also like.
I wish I didn't even know about that movie, but I do.
Which one?
Salo.
Well, Salo doesn't have any children.
I thought they're all like teens.
No, they're all adults because they had to agree to it.
Oh, well.
I'm trying.
The weird thing about Salo is the fact that the fucking director got fucking killed after the movie came out, possibly because he had some fucking film stolen, and some mobsters might have killed him by trying to extort money out of Pasolini. That's a Criterion movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean.
And I saw one guy of all those Criterion closet picks. One person, I forgot who it was, picked it. I'm sure people have looked in the stacks on those shelves and like.
Well, I mean, how many of those have they cut out though too? Because they didn't really have anything to say about it. They were just like, I'm getting this for free as I'm taking it.
It just would have went.
But like, but that's the thing is like, there's something to just the idea of there being, of you calling this place, these creatures, so that you can reach the limits of human desire.
Well, and I love the idea. It's pain and pleasure indivisible. And he does say very early on that they're angels to some, demons to others. All we see is the demon portion of it.
Yeah, we don't see the true pleasure principle of it. But I think that's because you have to have people who are willing to go to dark places.
I mean, that's supposed to be the whole point of the box, is that the box chooses you. You're searching for something, and the box is the final line.
Where it seems like a lot of people are being tricked into using the box, or...
And then that's where it gets weird, is like, Inferno, I believe it is. I love Inferno, and for how bad of a movie it is, I love it. Like, I love the ideas, I love how it presents itself. It's very sound film. Like, it's reflections of his life. But that's where Kirsty comes back. And Kirsty's married to this cop, and you find out at the very end that he tries to get her killed, and she uses the box to give Pinhead the souls of like the person who was cheating on him, like give all these corrupt cops, give him 5 souls, and he's just stuck in hell. So it's like he's not even a willing participant in it. He's just being sold out now.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess the question is like, what is the deliverance transformation? The woman, right? What is the like? What would you like? This movie clearly has its own meaning. Right. I mean, you have the makeup artist who's literally done the makeup forever.
And I think the main guy with the cuts on his face, big glasses, was originally supposed to be an early version of Pinhead. Like, that was the idea they had for a movie they were going to do before. I think it was part of the remake that Clive Barker was supposed to be attached to, and it didn't really fall through.
Well, that was happening kind of concurrently after this was shot. They were going to remake it again.
This was supposed to happen almost like 10 years ago.
Well, I feel like they were doing that again, where Clive Barker was supposed to be attached again.
And I think it was honestly around Revelations, and then Revelations came out and kind of killed everything, and they just kind of said, fuck it.
I just feel like it's more recent than that, because I feel like I read something after I heard about this.
Yeah, Judgment filmed in 2016, I think, here.
I think it's 15 now.
Might be. But it was just one of those where they were filming in the area. It was like, okay, shit, cool, I gotta get to this. Never did. and then it's sat in purgatory for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And this release is a surprise because they were just like, oh hey,
No news.
no news, just like, where the fuck is this? It's supposed to release in 2017, and then they drop a trailer, and the trailer doesn't even say when it comes out, but I guess the press release said when it was coming out. Just
Well,
said,
the interesting thing though is it's Dimension and Lionsgate. Like, that's kind of interesting that Dimensions and Lionsgate are the people putting out a Hellraiser direct-to-video.
I think this would be like a cool like Netflix premiere kind of flick.
Yeah, and just
throw something on there for people to watch since everyone's on Netflix.
Netflix has become.
the problem with Netflix is that you have to